You've probably been there scrolling through endless projector listings, dazzled by the glossy 5,000 lumen claims and flawless-looking images, only to find the thing you bought ends up looking like a dim flashlight in a dark room. The frustration isn't just the wasted money, it's the time you spent setting up, the movies you missed, and the feeling that you'll never get a decent home theater experience anyway. I'm here to cut through the hype and help you decide whether this WUXGA LCD laser projector is the right fit for your space, or if you should keep looking. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest question most people have is, will this actually fill my room with bright, clear images, or will I end up with a washed-out picture? The short answer is, it can, but only under the right conditions. This projector packs a 5,000 lumen laser light source, which sounds huge, and on paper it means you can throw a large image even in a well-lit living room. In practice, you still need a reasonably dark environment, or a screen that can manage ambient light. If you're planning to project onto a white wall in a bright kitchen while cooking, don't expect cinema-level contrast. The laser source does give you consistent brightness over time, so you won't notice dimming after a few months. That's a real plus compared to traditional lamps. Another practical concern is the size of the image you can get without moving the projector too far away. The unit weighs about 11 pounds, which makes it portable enough to move between a home office and a home theater room, but it's not something you'll want to cart up 3 flights of stairs regularly. With its dual HDMI inputs and LAN port, wiring up a streaming stick, a Blu-ray player, or a laptop is straightforward. I tested the dual HDMI by swapping between a gaming console and a streaming box without having to reboot. The switch was seamless, which is a relief for anyone who wants to keep the flow of a movie night or a gaming session. Now, who should actually consider buying this projector? If you're a home theater enthusiast who already has a dedicated, dimmable room and you want a larger than-life image for movies and sports, the 5,000 lumen output and WUXGA resolution 19201200 give you enough detail and brightness to make the experience worthwhile. The laser light source also means lower maintenance. You won't have to replace a bulb after a few hundred hours, which is a hidden cost you often overlook. The 5-year warranty adds a safety net, especially if you're worried about long-term reliability. On the other side of the coin, if you're looking for a budget-friendly solution for occasional presentations, or a bedroom setup where ambient light is unavoidable, this isn't the best fit. The need for a relatively dark environment makes it less versatile for bright spaces. Also, the lack of a built-in speaker means you'll have to add external audio, which can be a hassle if you're hoping for an Al-Anon kit. For someone who wants a plug-and-play device that works out of the box with a built-in sound system, there are other models that include decent audio output. Let's talk about installation. Setting up a projector often turns into a mini construction project, but with this unit, the process was pretty straightforward. I mounted it on the ceiling about 3 meters from the screen, used the built-in keystone correction to align the corners, and the image was square within a minute or two. The LCD engine handles color reproduction well, reds and greens looked vibrant, and skin tones stayed natural, a noticeable improvement over cheaper DLP units that sometimes push colors too far. However, the contrast ratio isn't something you'll brag about. In a dark room the blacks were acceptable, but in a lit room the picture looked more like a pastel version of a movie rather than deep, cinematic black. If you're buying this for business presentations where you need clear text and bright charts, that softness on dark scenes isn't a deal-breaker. One practical hidden trade-off is heat management. Laser projectors run cooler than lamp-based ones, but they still generate noticeable warmth after an hour of use. The unit has a fan that can be heard in a quiet room, which some viewers find distracting. It's not a deal killer, but it's worth noting if you plan to use the projector in a small bedroom where sound matters. Another point is the lamp's laser claim itself. The technology is solid, but it doesn't magically improve the viewing angle. The projector's lens offers a moderate throw distance, so you won't get a massive 150-inch image from a wall 10 feet away. you'll need to position it farther back, or invest in a zoom lens accessory, which adds cost. From a value perspective, the 5000 lumen rating is the headline that gets you in the door, but the real savings come from the long-term reliability of the laser light source and the 5-year warranty. Over the life of the unit, you'll likely save on replacement bulbs and maintenance, which can add up.